And we're back. Okay, let's get after it. Oh boy.
Jump gate, Sol.
Now we do the Yaki investigation. And then the rest of my purge won't mess anything up. I hope. I told the owl to go dock in Brendan's Triumph at the wharf, so we'll have that ship at the ready. Oh boy. I think I've got everything else I need. But I almost sent Ratchet over there, but I don't think
Mars.
the Tethys is narrow enough to fit in that asteroid base, so I don't know. I know the owl can fit. How high do we make it?
Baldric.
18.
Accelerator.
Wow.
Mars.
We gained 5 more points just for that.
Unknown ship. Accelerator. Mars.
So we'll be able to get our final promotion and have access to Earth. I think. I don't remember if we earn rep points for the Yaki investigation.
Entering Mars.
Yeah, without this promotion, though, I don't think we'd be able to do this part of the plot without getting in trouble. Pretty neat. I gotta set satellites out in all these places still. Wow.
Docking granted. Successfully docked.
Greetings.
Greetings. Did I ever collect the free drill?
To welcome you aboard.
Let me just... You don't have no ships assigned to you. Well, you have a ship docked there, though. Gorgon's docked. A free Hydra. We haven't collected the drill? Unless he got blew up. Well, oh well. We'll go look later. And make sure whether or not I collected it. I'm going to use him to trade for the Nevidium depot that I just told a Magnetar to finish. When he finishes upgrading, he's going to go fly and wait there. When he gets there, I'll have him trade for that Nevidium depot in Grand Exchange. We can make some money trading to the Talatis. Everybody?
Recruit!
Yes.
It's good to see you're still in one piece. Apologies for the harsh welcome earlier. Communications cut off as soon as you engage those Xenon infrastructure units. And I cannot stand having no vision on my subordinates.
Okay.
There's no need for a detailed report, Recruit. My staff have already extracted your ship logs the moment you arrived. It is beyond dispute that what you have witnessed is of the utmost concern to the Protectorate, but that is only half of the reason why I called you here personally. You have displayed unquestionable obedience and clarity of mind in the most stressful of situations, and distinguished yourself as a defender of Sol in even the darkest hours of our operation. I hereby raise you to the rank of Special Operative, and no, refusal is not an option. but I might deign to answer some of your questions.
Classified
if
ones?
you have any. No classified subjects, though.
Oh, what a bummer. Still no classified stuff.
For now, you leave through that door, and you recover. Once you feel ready, come and talk to me again. I'm sure there will be ample opportunity to apply your very particular set of skills.
Yes, I have a very particular set of skills.
Good to see you, Operative.
Yeah, that one.
Ever since you handed in your report, my people have been working tirelessly to find a connection between a number of intriguing events that have occurred in Sol over the course of the last few weeks. The first incidents were barely out of the ordinary. High-tech traders missing cargo, manipulated delivery schedules, the occasional kidnapping and ransoming. Then things began to ramp up. Top-secret deliveries being raided, fake distress signals targeting our military trainees, sabotage on a grand scale. And lately, more and more of these incidents involve the Xenon in some fashion. We can no longer ignore the possibility of a major new threat to the Terran Protectorate.
Yeah, it's called an eye. You ought to see one.
Based on recent evidence, my people are fairly sure that our opponents are the infamous Yaki. In a nutshell, they're pirates. Our data suggested that they originated as members of the Argon Federation, another splinter group they couldn't keep under control. The Yaki have always dabbled in dangerous technology, and they seem to have only doubled down on that alarming compulsion since we last had the pleasure of making contact. One of their criminal spin-off enterprises, the infamous Beryl, was responsible for an AGI drone attack on Earth in recent history. Expect their ships to be heavily armed and highly maneuverable.
Ooh, awesome.
Ah, yes, indeed. I recognize you might have personal reasons for your interest, so it seems only prudent to offer you this assignment first. The objective is simple. Find out where these pirates are hiding, what their goals are, and whether they can be defeated. Unfortunately, you will only be able to call upon limited support during your mission. As an undercover operative, it is paramount that no direct connection can be drawn between you and the Terran Secret Service. Once you leave Protectorate space, you're on your own. I can provide some guidance to help you get started, but ultimately, you will be the one making decisions under pressure. 2 of our cadets recently encountered an especially malicious distress signal trap that was presumably set by these Yaki. They seem to be targeting specific Terran ships for some reason, and since they're keen on eliminating anyone who follows their trail, that reason remains a mystery to us. If we catch them in the act, that will tell us more about their objectives. An advanced satellite should be able to pick up on all distress signals.
Okay. I have no idea what Dahl wants.
How's it going? Someone just contacted me. Said she was a mutual friend. Have you been freelancing for the Terran High Command without keeping me in the loop?
No.
Well, it doesn't really matter now. I suppose we all have our secrets. The contact said she wanted a meet to get the ball rolling on a covert operation, but she refused to discuss the details over the comms. You interested?
No, too busy.
That's all right. If you feel like picking this up later, you can approach Delilah at the Special Operations Command Center directly.
You sure betcha.
I suppose it got added to my mission list anyway, didn't it? No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Covert Ops isn't even listed. Infiltrating opportunities, Scrapyard Savage. Did it remove it completely? No, I think you just have to remember to go talk to her at some point. I thought I didn't get offered it until later. And then she offered it, I mean, sometime after I claimed the sin. So...
Accelerator. Asteroid belt.
interesting. I hope I didn't just bugger myself out of Covert Ops.
I mean, it's $10 million.
And you turn the Argons against each other. A little bit. They can still dock and trade, but they're they're not tight knit anymore. It's pretty cool being able to blow up Argons and having Antigone go negative. Almost like they become pirates. And hit the brakes. Come on.
Anywhere within this sector will be fine, Operative.
I hit the brakes.
Let's see here. 2 medical emergencies and a harmless collision in the docking queue. Nothing out of the ordinary. Patrols are already moving in to assist. Carry on with your task.
What did I do with it? Oh, is that what that does? Interesting.
Accelerator, Jupiter.
But is it just per turret or?
Requesting permission to dock.
Attack fighters. Yeah, yeah. I'll just do it this way. It'd be nice if the icons were bigger and there was maybe a tooltip when you hovered over it. Oh. I don't know what. Yeah, little things I'm just now goofing around with. I noticed those icons up there on the big ships.
Entering Jupiter.
Why are you?
Beautiful, isn't it?
No, not
Solid
really.
P-type. I hope we can keep it that way.
You will if you quit lagging. If you lag me, I'll blow you up.
Advanced.
And here we are. You just have to know what to watch out for. A civilian transport logged an unidentified vessel, creeping about at the edges of the sector, refusing to answer when being asked for directions. There's no mention of a patrol encounter, so that ship might still be out there. Judging by the log trajectory, we may be able to make a strike in the next sector. That's a lead. Let's move.
Pretty sure I parked that ship safely back in the pirate
Accelerator,
base.
Saturn 1.
Interesting. We're getting dangerously close to Sagara's Pioneers' territory. They're spread thin and rely on Terran trade. That makes them especially vulnerable to these pirate raids. If I were a shadowy nemesis that wanted to strike the Protectorate where it's weakest, Pioneer's space is where I'd begin.
I'd just lead a group of Ks into their Earth and let them just wreak havoc again. But that's me. That was pretty fun. Yep, the Xenons worked their way to Earth and I worked my way around. That was a blast. Thinking about the split situation, I don't know if I want Eaglesoft to ever make it so that they don't have unlimited pockets to keep spanning build plots. Because I could, if I really, and I thought about it, if I really wanted my fight rank again, I could just let the Xenons have that whole northern half of the map.
Entering Saturn 1.
And then, after I clear off the Xenon, I could just rebuild them. That would take forever, but it's doable.
Advanced satellite.
No hits. That's somewhat unexpected. No, there's something here. A faint signal my team can't quite pinpoint. I believe a more in-depth search is in order. That produced a result at least. If you keep this up, you'll be able to narrow down the signal's origin. Move towards the new search area and try again.
Why did it disappear? Oh, because I'm already in it.
It's getting clearer. Great. Keep it up.
I am looking forward to a peaceful gameplay, though. No big bad guys.
We've almost got it.
It's that ship.
Wreck.
Yep.
Empty space.
There we go. I'll assign a local patrol to assist you right away. These pirates won't ambush us this time.
Oh, yeah, crap. Oh, crap.
Unknown ship.
Can't I just go over there? You know, I gotta wait for Wait a minute. I have SETA.
Unknown
I have
ship.
SETA. Get over here, X4, X3 style.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We're waiting on you.
Holy cow. Yeah, this would take forever. Okay, we're here. I think you're here.
Your escort is ready and eager for a fight.
You betcha. Let's go blow stuff up.
Why are there no bad guys?
Lead on. Dispatch operative.
Again. Again.
Is that the best
Again.
you've got?
Again.
You die.
Again.
time to commend you for your bravery, Operative, but I'm afraid you'll have to continue on your quest right away. A local trader just sent out a distress signal, and the pattern matches that of an earlier pirate attack. We're close to apprehending these intruders.
Container.
Thank you.
Container.
Crap.
Come on, I like critters.
Is that everybody? Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Accelerator. Uranus.
Pick it back up later. I'll make rounds later.
Entering. Uranus. Empty space.
Is this where you get a stop match for directions? Come on, we're in the circle.
Hokkaido. Gas.
Seems you've arrived just in time. The reports are piling
Oh,
up
yeah.
in Pioneer's territory, as we feared.
I think we just go scan this thing. Oop, 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 oop.
How odd. The trader reports that she was ordered to drop her cargo, but that nothing of value ended up being stolen. Only a small amount of foodstuffs. However, there's no time to dwell on that right now. This is as far as I can safely communicate with you, Operative. From here on out, you're on your own.
Accelerator. Neptune.
Aha! Now that the venerable Terran individual has terminated communications, I can finally share my insights with my valued assistant. I do so fancy a scientific investigation.
He doesn't say anything.
Entering.
Well, I suppose he
Neptune.
does. He says, let's go ask for directions.
I spot a pioneer mining fleet in the distance. Maybe we can ask them for directions.
Bolo. Mineral.
Wisdom of the Pines. Oh boy. They come up with some pretty cool names.
the Queen. Those pioneer fellows seem to be in trouble.
Oh crap!
Right there. One step closer, and your space flight down.
No. This can't be happening. Fleet, defend yourself. Don't let that Yaki take away our hard-earned credits.
Captain? Are you sure?
Oh, of course I am. We're pioneers, and we won't be done in by a pirate.
Metal coffin.
Striking Earth never stopping.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit you.
Sure you did.
M.
I can't take much more.
Oh, now I gotta get my shields back. Crap! Well, this sucks. They regen so damn slow.
I'll embrace you.
I hope that Bolo doesn't get blown up.
Oh, no. That's just not good enough.
Corral Kami. M. N.
I just want this to be over.
I'll have to do better than that.
P.
Oh!
N.
Okay, we need the little guys first.
Get out of here.
N. P. N. N. P.
Get out of here.
N.
Oh, that was a close one. Now, friend, I don't know how to thank you. Had you not arrived at precisely the right moment, I don't know if we would have found the courage to stand up against that vile fiend.
Probably not.
Captain Atreides,
Reuben, please. Give our guest a moment to breathe. Maybe collecting the cargo that was scattered during this most heinous attack will help lift our spirits, yes? Please, friend, give us a hand if you will.
Oh, there's more?
Thanks for your help.
Container.
20 clicks? Okay, so that was just spawned just for this. Why? What in the hell is wrong with these crates?
Container. Container.
Splendid. Please, friend, do accompany us on our journey. It is just a short hop. Upon our arrival, I will arrange for you to be generously accommodated.
Bolo. Mineral.
Oh wow, you're quick.
Say, friend, what leads you to this most remote of places? Perhaps
I
you've
worked
heard of the famous Pioneers Initiative and couldn't help but want to see this most honorable endeavor for yourself. I can proudly say that us pioneers have dutifully expanded the reaches of Sol ever since our inception, and our glorious tale grows grander by the day.
I must say that this operation is rather fascinating.
A Voron? How intriguing. You couldn't possibly be here because of the planetary beautification program?
Oh, indeed. I have a plethora of vivid ideas that I would very much like to... I mean, that information is classified. Friend?
Right. Too many ears. Well, I'm sure we'll have ample opportunity for a chat once we arrive at our destination, my dear friends.
Captain, we're approaching our base of operations.
Capital. Well then, my friend, you go and take the cargo you helped us collect to the customs officer over yonder. Don't worry, she'll catch on eventually, and you'll get your share.
Okay.
Docking granted.
Whoa.
Successfully docked.
This entire situation appears to be rather opaque. I do hope that this customs officer will be able to shed some light on what we just witnessed.
Uh-huh. Get over me, find out where I'm at.
Yes? How can I help you?
Green hair, you must be a Yaki.
Yes. I've been expecting another delivery. One shipment of Terran Tech unloaded and ready for sampling. Few of these crates are damaged. That's a bit troubling.
And you're
You wouldn't
blaming
know
me?
anything about that.
No.
Would you?
The Xenons might have
A
had
Yaki
something to do with it.
attack?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, of course, that's something we take very seriously. I will inform the local authorities right away. Please, deliver my thanks to Captain Atreides for his bravery.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Here, take this as well, and you'll have to excuse me, but I'm quite busy.
I want an exceptional ship, Nanoid. Damn it. Oh.
I am afraid I was not quite able to follow. We may have to investigate further. The denizens of the local recreation establishment will surely be able to elaborate.
Pretty sure they will.
But I have done my research on proper detective work.
Stars light upon you.
Hey, buddy.
My people are spread far, and I consider it my holy duty to travel the Gate Network and give spiritual guidance to those in need. One day, these pioneers will perceive that their work is guided by the sacred geometry of the cosmos that shaped us all. However, I have realized, with great regret, that not even my Paranid brethren among the scientific elite can spare the time for my counsel. Truly a tragic display of hubris. I had no choice but to withdraw to this humble place so that I may meditate and resume my service among the lowest of the low. These people desperately need someone to teach them serenity and contentment. This area of the Gate Network houses so many disparate peoples, so much potential for strife. And even on this station, there is scarcely a moment
Okay,
of
that's
peace.
the one I was looking
Not
for.
so long ago, I observed a pilot with a terribly asymmetrical face storm through these serene halls, assailing innocent bystanders. It would truly be a shame if this budding community were to wither in senseless conflict.
Okie dokie, buddy.
Good day to you.
Hello there. Yeah, about that. You do realize that we're professionals, right? That we've probably dealt with pirates in the past. That situation could have gone a lot worse, but it also could have gone a whole lot better if we'd made even the slightest effort to de-escalate. Look, I'm glad you came to help us out, but next time, try to read the situation first. Should probably tell that to the captain, too.
We'll do. See you around.
Okay.
Hello there, pilot.
Hey.
And she told you that? You two must be getting rather close already. Look, I'm not saying she's wrong. I know I jumped the gun. Might have endangered the entire operation.
I'm sorry I misjudged you. I simply saw a ship I didn't know arriving at that crucial moment, and tried my best to keep up appearances.
But I know that doesn't change anything. I should maybe just stay away from Shani for a while. A very long while.
You're under arrest,
No,
buddy.
I'm innocent, I swear. That customs officer has been in cahoots with those pirates this entire time. I wouldn't be surprised if she was a Yaki herself.
You disgust me, Atreides. We made a promise.
I'm only telling the truth, Reuven. I keep telling you that we can't stand up to the Protectorate. Please don't tell your superiors. Apprehend that customs officer, and this entire mess will be cleaned up, I promise. Damn it. Reuven, wait.
Raise miscommunication, as our new parent and friend might say. Onward. I have marked the customs office for you.
I already know where it's at, though. I mean, it's called Customs Office.
Oh no!
The tadpole has jumped the pond. Hurry up, assistant. Our investigation demands the utmost haste.
Okay, dokie. Speaking of that, you know what? I'm gonna leave that there because when I take control of the
Great.
ship, We'll
Hello.
just fly back here. Actually, that would probably be a bad idea, because you'll get trapped in geometry until I manage to get out of there. So, yeah. Let's go find the Shiaki pirate.
Rapier.
Of course.
That asteroid does look peculiarly inhabited, or abandoned. It might just be the poor quality of your camera's resolution, but I do advise caution. And there is the customs officer again. Do not spook her. We still have to find the clue.
I have no idea. Is he in on some kind of weird conspiracy?
You. Stop right there.
Judging by previous reactions to your rather forceful negotiation tactics, a certain amount of pressure will likely cause her to yield.
What do you want? Are you threatening me? I have no further business with you. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe it's for the best. Towards the end, he was a danger to himself and everyone around him. We might have been. Once. It's true, by the way. He came to me quite recently. Went on and on about this new piece of cyberware he'd built out of Terran high-tech. He was so proud. And of course, he wanted me to have it. Thought that it would make me reconsider my decision and maybe go back with him. He was already so far gone. I couldn't bring myself to say no, and so I took it. Kept it with me even though I knew I'd never return there. Here, I'll make you an offer. You seem more sensible than I expected, and I have a feeling that you wouldn't stop searching just because I told you to get lost. You go ahead and take this. See where it leads you. All I ask of you is to keep an open mind and don't judge a book by its cover. There are going to be a few ugly ones where you're headed. Good luck.
An item! How curious!
Container.
Oh, damn it. I always overfly if I hit boost. Damn, you're heavy.
This appears to be a rather advanced piece of cybernetics. Its creator seems to have poured his very soul into the intricate metalwork, and if my eyes do not mislead me, yes, it appears to be linked to the scary and sinister asteroid in your vicinity. Assistant, I command you to investigate.
Command you to investigate. Let's go investigate. And watch out for the mines that have been in here recently.
I can feel this place watching me. I suggest we conclude our investigation in the most efficacious and hasty manner possible.
Damn, that smoke needs to go away. Really? Ooh.
this place is all kind of booby trapped.
Laser Tower Mark 1. Laser Tower Mark 1.
I do not like the look of that.
It's a door. And another free owl. Or, I mean, another free Maria.
Abandoned Yaki ship.
Yes,
So
sir.
This is what that awfully suspicious customs officer was hiding.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Morea. Morea.
At least this one's not in the void.
Now, I am sure that you would like to familiarize yourself with the controls of this intriguing vessel, but all in due time. May I propose that we first increase the abandonment of this horrible place by several levels of desolation?
Where's the other one? There you are. Okay. Oh, no, no. Come on.
Such ingenuity! Assistant, you have outdone yourself.
Yeah. Why am I scraping on everything? Come on, we're almost out. It looks like they got rid of the funky growths in here so you can actually see your way out. Oh no, there it is right there. Alright, we're free. Okay.
Jump gate. Gain processing.
Now that we have completed that most uncomfortable episode, there appear to be multiple options at your disposal, Assistant. From what I could gather, your other employer would undoubtedly appreciate your swift return. However, those overzealous Terrans will likely quarantine this marvelous piece of technology in their enthusiasm. Should you decide to meet them, it would be prudent to not waste resources on ship equipment beforehand. Alternatively, and if I may say so, preferably, you are always welcome to join me at your own headquarters. I do admit that I may not be the most ostentatious or generous of hosts, but I promise not to damage your newly acquired vessel during the examination. The quest for knowledge is the noblest of pursuits.
shoot, that's already been... Holy cow. Alright, let's get this thing to the player headquarters. And then I'll start the next video tomorrow.
Entering
Louisiana.
system. Gayan prophecy.
Holy cow, 2 hours goes by quick.
Entering system. Sigeris.
I'll bet the other owl passes this up. I just realized I gotta get drone components to all of the
Entering
stations
system.
in Gayan
Antigone
Prophecy.
Memorial.
Otherwise, I don't think they're gonna sell my trade station any of their materials they're producing. I think. I'll have to take time and have a frog or two come over here and collect some more. Well, I do produce smart chips as part of that new factory.
Jump gate.
Smart chips
The void.
and drone components. But I don't think I'll get many raw materials, 'cause I don't have very many bolos yet.
Entering system. The void.
We're starting to make some decent money. A couple of my stations must be really pumping my pocket, because we were down to 4 million when I started recording this year.
Danger.
We
Hazardous
made
region
5 million in
detected.
2 hours. Oh
Cover
boy.
activated. Yaki.
Uh-oh.
So that is the arcane function of that peculiar apparatus.
Yeah.
Those seem
Oh
to
boy.
recognize you as an enemy.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Come on.
Requesting immediate backup.
Why are they all still red?
Cover deactivated.
Oh, jeez.
Jump gate. Black hole sun.
No more Xenons. No more. Yeah, I thought about packing this guy on the Earl King. Getting in there, talking to the Yaki, and then blowing up the amplifier. But I'm afraid that my own ship will
Entering
shoot
system.
me dead.
Black hole sun.
That would be hilarious. So we'll just tag on it until we blow our cover, and then we'll get on the Earl King and fight our way back up there. And then I think this time I'm just gonna park him in a safe area of Savage Spur, away from everything. Fly this ship out, and then teleport back after I talk to the Terrans. Hopefully the King don't get blowed up while I'm gone. Hopefully. I'm not doing no missions, no sidetracking. Not in this thing right now. And we'll just satellite it when we
Entering
get up
black
there
hole
with
sun.
the King.
5.
That was freaky. So there's a delay after cover is activated before it deactivates. Boy, don't get shot by missiles.
Entering system. Grand Exchange.
Glad that lag spike didn't last any longer. No, Magnetar's still waiting on parts. They're waiting on some parts. And I don't have the means to deliver them any parts right now.
Entering.
Holy
Grand
cow, did I
exchange.
put that in
One.
the air or did I put that in the air? 343 kilometers. It looked like about 100 clicks above the plane when I had the ship drop the nav beacon. Look at the bright side, it won't lag. But it does give me an idea for a different playthrough. I don't know. I don't have too much stuff built on this one. I could probably do it. And that's just to pick a sector that has everything and just keep going out and out and out and out. You still got a lot to build before this stage is done. I was gonna replicate what I did at home, but and I ran these storages down and under and onto the other
Docking
side.
granted.
Turns out that this module is asymmetrical. Also,
Successfully docked.
and you can't
It's
put
an
it
honor
the
to
same
have you
amount on the
aboard.
other side. It's messed up. I don't know how I got everything in the.
how
Oh yeah.
fascinating. This ship appears to be equipped with rather sophisticated spoofing technology
Uh-huh.
that exceeds my wildest imaginations. I am devastated. But despite my numerous qualifications at the highest level in many subjects, I am unable to reverse engineer this peculiar apparatus. You will have to discover its functions in the field. I did, however, manage to decrypt the ship's navigational data. You should be able to find its point of origin now.
Awesome. We're right here. I should have just, yeah. It's a really cool looking race car.
Maria.
Alright, that's the video. We'll see you next time I play. Till then, bye bye.